Please review the disclosures. Nothing written, expressed, or said here should be looked at as investment advice or an admonition to buy, sell, or trade any security or financial instrument. The Lund Loop is for informational purposes only. Hey everybody, welcome to the daily update for Monday, September 29th, 2025. Happy Monday. Hey, just a reminder, if you are a paid Lund Loop subscriber and you're not yet in the Discord, you are missing out. And if you are not a paid Lund Loop subscriber, you're really missing out. So become one and get in the Discord. So much going on today. Woo, where do we start? Busy Monday again. Seems like Mondays have been super busy in the market for the last few months. Well, look, the talk of the town today was pot. Definitely pot. We'll start with Tilray, okay? Tilray up 61%, closing at the highs of the day. And here's, I think, the interesting thing, all-time high volume. 352 million, that's 7 times average volume. Look, these are pot stocks. Pot sucks. It's a $1.85 stock. But if you're going to break out, and this is the line that's been here for years, well, not years, I guess since, maybe years. If this is where you're going to break out, right, this is the volume you want to break out on. We always talk about expansion on a breakout. That's the volume you want to see. Now, assuming this thing doesn't just reverse the whole candle, you feel like the bottom's in on pot. And I'm gonna revisit this in a minute. So Curaleaf, here's another one. Really nice today, big volume. Didn't quite break out, but looking good. Cron looks good, kind of gapped in reverse, but look where it went into. It went into this big level, so that makes sense. VFF, the usual suspects here. Let's go to the ETF, MSOS. Okay, MSOS up 28%, not all-time high volume, but good volume. Here's how I'm thinking about this. First of all, we know the story on pot. Ever since 2021, it's been in a downtrend. It's been one of the worst performing sectors even while the market ripped. And we had pot permabulls this whole time. Oh, pot's great. Oh, all we need is this state to legalize. All we need is that state to legalize. And I've been the biggest shiver of these people online. I've been brutal. Why? Because I lost some money in pot up here, and then I started to pick some up here that I just put in a drawer and just said, screw it. But in terms of the Lund Loop, we've been out pretty much this whole time in terms of putting them on the watch list. In fact, to be honest, look, these never really went on the watch list because, they're just too speculative. Like I want names that are quality names on the list. But in the Discord, we've been talking about these. We talked about pot when it had the double bottom here. We talked about when it came off the double bottom. You can see all these old annotations. These are spots where I said, hey, looking better. Hey, I'd get involved. You can look at my Twitter feed and you can see all the names in this space that I've been talking about for the last couple weeks, months as they've firmed up. The point is if you're a trader, you got to know what game you're playing, okay? You can't trade pot here because you think there is a awesome macroeconomic fundamental thesis. It just doesn't work. Like if you want to invest it, sure. But even in that case, you got to respect the technicals at some point. And why? Because this is opportunity cost here. This is 4 years of your money tied up in a dead sector when other things are going through the roof. I talk about this weekend. Let's go back there. I talk about this weekend in the latest Ask Me Anything. I talk about the risks of relying on fundamentals. If you are a subscriber, check this out. I think the first part of it's free for free subscribers. The other thing I've been talking about for pot is that if it didn't get going, like if there wasn't a catalyst soon, it was probably going to fail. Well, here was the catalyst. This was last night on True Social. I'm not on True Social, but I follow people that are. And the president put this out. The endocannabinoid system. The president of the United States is pro-pot. And you know what's so crazy about this? So I've been squirreling away MSOS for quite a while now. But I bought some more last night. When? 5:28 p.m. on Pacific Coast. Why? Because the market opens at 8 p.m. The overnight trading session opens at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on Sundays. And I saw that it hadn't really moved much. And I'm thinking like, Oh, maybe there's going to be a lag because it's a Sunday, people aren't paying attention. Well, we got that move. So anyway, the point is, pot was hot today. If you're a trader, you want to know what game you're in. Are you in the trading game? Are you in the investing game? And you don't want to be stuck in something like this as it goes down and down. You want to wait till this area, till you have better opportunities, better chances to make money. While we're on this topic, let's talk about a name that unfortunately I am in right now because I'm an idiot. Okay, so everyone knows Cov. I played Cov numerous times in here, in here, in here. All in all, I think I made a little bit of money, but it was just a slog. I had to sell puts. I had to take way bigger positions. And finally, I got out of this name somewhere in here, I think. I think it was in here before this big drop. Well, I decided I was going to be smart and try to pick it up again because I thought that there was too much hate in this name. And this thing is trading like hummus causes cancer, okay? All I've heard this whole time is, oh, fast casual Mediterranean. They're so awesome. They're going to be the next CMG. Technically, they suck. Every time I've gone with the fundamental story over the technicals, when they diverge, I always get my head handed to me. So I'm a little pain right now. It's okay. I'll manage it, but it sucks. Anyway, all right, what else is going on? Let's take a look. Oh, let's remind everybody that tomorrow is the end of the month and the end of the quarter. And what usually happens then? Shenanigans. I'm going to be really interested to see what the institutions are picking up and what they are dropping tomorrow. Because here's the thing. We've got 3 months left, 1 quarter left. The market is up 17% from the Qs, 13% from the SPX. Do you think that those fund managers are going to lose their bonuses? They're going to do everything they can, I believe, to try to keep this market up for the last 3 months of this year. Next year, who knows? All bets are off. But I feel like that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong. And I'm not going to stick to that theory if the technicals diverge from it. But I'll be interested to see what they're picking up, what they're dumping tomorrow. Now, we also have the potential government shutdown looming tomorrow. Is that going to be a factor? Maybe. Some people in my Discord think it's a big factor. Me, I'm not so sure. I think it could be a non-event. I'm not saying it will be. I think it could be. I remember the last time we had a government shutdown, the market did just fine. So we'll be watching that tomorrow. And here's another thing I think we need to watch. IWM. Do you believe in triple tops? Most people don't. And that would be 1, 2, 3 in this big, big base. This is a base in IWM that started in 2021. You could argue it even started back here in maybe February of 2021. I bought a little bit of IWM today, long-term account. I feel like this thing could really break out and move over the next year or two. Remember, though, if you're going to get the alpha from small caps, it's not going to be an IWM. I mean, it will do well, but you're going to want to find the individual names. What does that mean? Biotechs, the usual suspects. But I think this is something we need to keep an eye on. All right, so let's go through all the daily charts for the indexes, and then we'll do the macros, and then we'll do the watch list.